Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Lady K Chat, a podcast that has been designed for divorced women to become a better version of themselves. Various subjects will be speaked upon, such as relationship, personal development, health and wellness, wealth building, children, and so much more. The shows will be aired every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by the lovely host, who is an international speaker, two-time Amazon bestseller author, and a divorce life coach, Kalima, aka Lady K. And now for your host, Lady K. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Kids and Me. And today's episode is a continuation of Tuesday's show. On Tuesday's show, I was just talking a little bit how to prepare yourself, just to open yourself to about your kids. But today, I want to focus more on, you parents, preparing yourself, because now that we live in a generation where a kid as young as a toddler, maybe before one, knows how to work a tablet. When I learned how to use AOL, when I got access to AOL, maybe in middle school. So I'm saying it is amazing because of the technology. These kids are learning things faster and newer every day. And sometimes, as much as we may not want to, we have to keep up with them. We forget we are the parents. We are the one who brought them into this world. They didn't ask to be here. So while they are in our care, we have to prepare them. That is our jobs as parents, is to prepare our kids. But as we know, sometimes when it comes to certain subjects and topics, it's a little touchy. And I understand, because you know why? We didn't get the proper education and talk. So we kind of carry that into adulthood. However, I can empathize and sympathize with everybody. It might be hard to transition, but when you see the way things are going and you want better for your kids, it's like you will jump on a bandwagon because you want to do any and everything for your kids. You want to be that parent that's going to set goals and have, so they can have a good role model, something for them to look forward to when they get older. So we have to instill as young as possible. And just by me opening up, I just want to share this one thing because I think it's imperative when we're talking to our children, especially about their sexuality. The key thing I wanted to say was, I wrote it down because I was reading it from a book. So it says, when talking to your children about sexuality, make sure you explain things in a way that is developmentally appropriate. And I say that again to you because these kids are so smart. And I love how at different ages, they pick up on different things. It's amazing. There's some things that my 4-year-old says that just blow me out of this world, and some things that my 7-year-old may say, I'd be like, I didn't even he knew that yet. And that's why I said, if I'm thinking that way, I know there got to be other people out there feeling the same way. So this is why I'm on this mic talking to you today and say we need to prepare ourselves. Get yourself mentally prepared for a little bit of everything, okay? You just never know what these babies are going through. And another thing too, as parents, we are so conditioned, Monday through Friday, because, we're accustomed to we're on our schedule. Some of us are business owners, some of us have a regular 9 to 5, that in the midst of our regular routine, we tend to not we be so busy trying to do what we need to do and busy cooking and cleaning. I want you to please, parents, as much as possible, incorporate some time for your children as well. Because when you incorporate that time, and I understand everybody's on a tight schedule, but if you can just please give anywhere from at least 30 minutes, at least. If you can do an hour, wonderful. Me personally, I have a 3 hour window with my kids, and I enjoyed it. I love it so much. But I worked so hard to get to this place where I can have that 3 hour window for them every day if they needed me, because everything else is like cut off at that time. And again, that is crucial that I'm telling you, set this time with your children on a consistent basis, because when you do that and they know that they're open to discussion, this is what makes it easy for them to want to come and talk to you. They could be holding something secret so inside, but because you don't give that time, because we're so busy on our phones and so busy on our Facebook and on Instagram and in work and everything else, and not them. Because again, we have to remember, we brought them into this world. It is our due diligence. Make time for those babies. They need your time. A lot of time we get it twisted and we throw the money out there. No, parents, they need the time. So again, when you incorporate that time, then you can get results later on in life. And then guess what, too? I want to tell you parents this, too. Don't get so hard on yourself, because sometimes we teach our kids right, and then they go out there and they experience life, right? They do stupid stuff. We want to catch them. Sometimes we have to catch ourselves, because sometimes we have to let them bump their heads according to the situation and according to the child. You understand? Everyone is different. So you can't change. You cannot discipline 5 children the same way. Again, like I said, you have to talk to them at their developmental stage. Listen, let me tell you something. That little 4-year-old, he's smart. He's challenging. But I be laughing at him. I said, listen, everything you're probably thinking about, mommy already did it. I told my 16-year-old the same thing. Whatever you're probably thinking of, I probably did it already. I thought about it, probably did it double. Like you cannot get anything past me. And I kind of thank God for the life that I had, because I didn't go too far down, but I went down a path and I was able to get myself back up to say I know this and I know that, and and I got the somewhat street smart. So it's like, with that, you can teach yourself so amazing, because some people, they get a little bit of stickler to the books, and they think that's because you are book smart that there's no other version for you to be smart in other areas. And it's like, no, I think, to me personally, I think it's imperative to have a little both, to have that balance of street smart and book smart, because when you do have that, you know how to make it out there in life. And again, I'm telling this to the parents, because when you've been exposed to that, then you know how to teach your kids. And then sometimes too, don't get too far caught up the way you were raised. Like I was saying, in our time, and probably a lot of people heard this, when we asked about sex, we were just told, don't do it. Like, what is that? That's not telling. No, let's not talk about sex. You don't need to talk about sex. Don't you ever say that word in my house again. And then now you sitting there looking confused and like, well, what the hell did I just do? Yes. That's how we felt, and that's why it's hard for us as adults sometimes to talk about it. And depending on your age of maturity, you may grasp to that end and say, oh, I got it now, and now because I have the concept down, I can speak about it. But don't let that be your children. Do not let them become that, because we experience that. Because again, like I said, we want better and we want greater for these kids. So in order for give them better and greater, we got to act accordingly. And just like I was talking about the other day, we have to change our habits. We have to show what we want them to become, not just tell them. And don't be as your parents or your grandparents and say, do as I say and not as I do. So again, what examples are we following? And let me say this too, it doesn't matter what your sexual preference are. I'm still trying to say, at all around, educate your kids. Stop being closed-minded. There are so much things out there. It's crazy. We have to educate our babies. And again, we just do it age and developmentally appropriate. And that is my message for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I enjoy when you listen in and I get the feedback. I just love, love, love it. Continue to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Lady K Chat, and on my website at www.ladykcoaching, where coaching is now available. I'll talk to you and see you guys soon. You guys have a great day.